Hi everyone,
everybody.
welcome back to our story time video. And today we are discussing with the question that you have asked last time: what is good life?
Yeah.
So we will discuss with that. So you guys did some research.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you come up with? What is
My
good life?
research. Yeah, I came up with the research like it has a 3G. So basically, what is good life? If you go and research, it's like a giving attitude. So we learn from the nature that if you give a little bit, for example, the tree, if you just give a water, and then tree give you lots of things like food, shelters, and lots of things. And the other G is grow myself, like my mental attitudes, my self-awareness. And the other one is gratitude. Gratitude is like just be thankful for what I have. I don't have to dream of big things. Just you can be happy. You can have a good life if you have that attitude. So 3 Z's.
So
Giving attitude, giving, grow, and gratitude
gratitude. Okay.
for the good life.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is easy to remember 3G.
Mm.
If you want a good life, follow 3G.
Follow 3 G's.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
about your research?
So I first came up with 3 different things, and the first thing was the definition of what a good life is, of what I think is a good life. And what I think is a good life is a self-fulfilling need, which always makes you grow and become happy. So basically, if you have a good life, you should always be growing in some type of way, and you should be happy from that growth. So that's basically the definition. And then to have a good life, you first need 3 basic needs, and the 3 basic needs are food, shelter, and clothes. So once you have those, then you can say that you have a decent life. But if you don't have these 3 basic needs, then it's not considered a good life.
Because
You don't have.
you cannot do anything.
Yeah.
Without food, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense. So this is the basic things that you must have. And if you don't have, just go and get these 3 things first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I have an example. So basically, if you grow up in a poor village, then but somehow managed to get a good job or a good business in a city, then you could basically say that you're having a good life, because first of all, you're growing in some type of way, and you're basically becoming happy because it's better than what you had before.
Mm-hmm.
And for a conclusion, so basically a good life is a self-fulfilling need that makes you happy and always makes you grow.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good research you did too. So basically what I see is, for the good life, you said 3G, and Lance, you said that you need basic things, food, shelter, cloth, and then you might have a decent job or something, yeah, or business, so that you can fulfill the family needs. Yeah. So you're saying that. So that makes sense. And I also did some research, and let's see what I come up with. Okay. So what I come up is I looked into the Aristotle, what he said about the good life, because he is the philosopher of the history. Okay, he is the greatest philosopher of the world. Okay. And he was also the teacher of Alexander the Great. Yeah. And he's a student of Socrates. So you can see that Aristotle has changed the world perception, because the great power of the world, he was the teacher of the Alexander the Great, and he was himself a student of philosopher Socrates. Okay? So what he says, according to him, is that anything what you do has 2 things: ends and means. What does it mean? Ends and means. Okay? So to illustrate that, let us say that you want to buy a car. Yeah? So your goal is to have a car. So car is an ends. And what is the means to achieve that car? If you have money, you can buy a car directly, go to the store and buy it.
Yeah.
If you don't have enough money, what you can do? You can borrow the car
Yeah.
with less money.
Take a loan. Yeah.
Take a loan, okay? Or you can borrow the car
Yeah.
for a month or for a day. Still you have a car, yeah?
Deposit.
So either you can buy directly if you have money. If you don't have enough money, you can borrow. Or what could be?
Steal.
Go and steal it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then still you have a car, yeah?
Yeah.
So the means could be many to get the ends. Yes? So is that, let us say now you have a car. But why you need a car?
To drive to other places.
Why I need to try?
It's quicker than a walk. Yeah,
To make my work done.
Okay, let us see that I need a car to go to my work. But what is the ends then? Now the another story starts.
Job.
So if you have a job, then you
More
earn
money.
money.
Yeah, so you want to go to the job because you want money. So the money, the ends, and what is the means to
The
go
car.
to the job?
The
Yeah.
car.
The car.
So
Okay,
it's a chain.
so it changes. So whatever you think, okay, whatever you do, there is always ends and there is always a means. So the Aristotle come up with the idea. So what is the end of a good life? After that, there is no means. Only remains the means. What is that? For a life, for a human life. So he has a question. So what is the ends of a human life? After that, there is no means.
Yeah.
That was his question. Okay, so according to him, the ends of a human life is to
Have a good life.
live well and have a good life. So if told to the world that the ends of a human life is to have a good life and to live well. Okay? So when we understand that the ends of the human life is every human being on the planet wants to have a good life and to live well. Yes?
Yeah.
Then the question is that how do we know what we will do to have a good life? What we will do to live good, to live well? What we have to do? So he figure out that we need to understand. For example, if we say that for a good life, what do you see a good life? To have a big job, as you say, that will give you a good life? Or somebody is a big politician, can you say he will have a good life? Or somebody let us say he is living in a 5-star hotel and he wants the 5-star hotel. Is a good life because somebody will looking for the power, somebody will look for the pleasure, somebody will look for the, let us say, to become famous YouTuber or famous wrestler. So everybody has a good life, we can say that. So that is the way to define a good life. So what is the way to define a good life? Okay, so he has a question that how can we know and what we do to understand what is a good life? Is having a lot of money will give me a good life? Or I am become a famous of the world, then I will have a good life? Or I have all sorts of pleasure in the world, then can I say I have a good life? So he has another question to himself. How do I find what is a good life? Okay? So to understand that, he told that we need to understand two things. The two desires. What is desires? Without understanding desires, we will not be able to find what is the good life and how to live a good life.
Mm.
So he told there are two types of desire.
Mm.
One is acquired desire
Mm.
and another is natural desire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So what do you mean by acquired desire?
I think
you can go.
yeah, core design, what you can acquire, you can get
Mm-hmm.
what you want. Like for example, I want to buy a nice car, you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, material needs.
Materially things. And the natural is like to get a car, of course you need to get some work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You need to work.
Okay. Okay, so let me tell you clearly. What is the acquired desire and what is the natural desire? Acquired desire is something that differ from person to person. Your acquired desire will be different from me. My acquired desire will be different from you, because let us say you want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a professor. Or you want to be what? Dancer? Okay? So everybody, acquired desire is different for different people. That's why somebody wants to have a power, somebody wants pleasure, somebody wants to become famous. So this is the acquired desire. It differs from person to person. Okay? But the natural desire, acquired desire is something that it looks good. It is also called apparent desire.
Mm.
It looks good because you want them. Okay? But it might not be good for you. Okay? But it looks good. That's why the people do whatever they want.
Mm.
Because the name is apparent desire. It appears to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it differs from person to person. But the natural desire is something based on need. And that is same for everybody. It does not differ from person to person. For example, food. If anybody on this planet want to live, they need to eat food or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need food. That is true for everyone?
Yeah.
Or it is not true for everyone?
True for
It
everyone.
is true for everyone. So that is the natural desire. And natural desire corresponds to needs. You must need. If you want to live on this planet, you must breathe. There is no choice.
Yeah, so basically want and need.
Want and need.
Need.
Yeah.
Desire.
So apparent desire is based on want.
Yeah.
And the
Apparent.
natural desire is based
It's
on need.
necessary. Yeah. So need and want, two
So
desires.
to live a good life, you must understand these two types of desire.
Yeah.
Want-based desire and need-based desire. Okay?
To have a good
Yeah.
if you want to have a good life, you need to understand and differentiate between these two.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, apparent desire corresponds to want, natural desire corresponds to needs. Okay? Now the question is, on which desire we should focus to have a good life? Because the apparent desire, you can, let us say I need one car to go to a job. Yes?
Yes.
But you can also have two cars. I don't ride the same car every day. So I can have 7 cars.
Yeah, some people might think that.
Yeah, I can have 7 cars to use for 7 days.
Yeah. Very possible.
Yes?
One per day.
So there is no limit of want, how much I want.
No,
I can say I need 365 cars for a year. I will never repeat a car in a year.
no limit of that desire.
Yeah, there is no limit of desire. But it is stupid, yeah? Why you need a
Yeah, it's not
360?
necessary. Why you need
Yeah.
a 10 cars?
Yeah, so when it comes to apparent desire that is based on want, you see the people start doing stupid things from there.
A necessary thing. Yeah.
Okay? So we understand what is
Like
the...
I have a clothes, but I still want more clothes.
Yeah.
I know.
Because that is apparent desire.
Yeah.
Okay? If the basic needs is fulfilled as you said, but you will be happy? No. Because you want more. She has already cloth, but she wants more.
I want more.
You have already shoes, but you want more Nike shoes. Because that want never ends. Okay?
I want to watch a movie, but
So,
one
as
movie.
you said before, yeah, you are saying something?
I want to watch movie,
Yeah.
but then you want to keep on watching another movie.
Yeah. So, as you said before, your basic need is fulfilled, then you will be happy.
No.
No. You cannot have a good life because
You'll
then-
have a decent. You'll have like the basic things.
yeah, but cannot be called the good
no,
life.
couldn't be called.
No,
good.
because that's an acquired thing.
Because then you will want more.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though you have a job, you are getting decent money, but still you will be not happy, and then you will be taking another job to make more money, and again another job to make more money, and you will be working 16, 20 hours of a day, and you will be destroying your health because you want more money, because want
Never ends.
never ends. Okay, so to have understood what is the apparent desire and what is the natural desire, now we need to figure out what is the real things, what is the real goods that we focus on so that we can live a good life. Okay, because we found that different people have a different wants, and that's why some people are looking for a good job, or be a politician, or be a YouTuber, or be a scientist. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And so, what is the real things that we focus on to have a good life? Because ultimate goal of the human life is to live well and to have a good life. That is true for everyone. Nobody wants to live in a poor way. Yes, that is the natural human desire.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are those goods? I will say the real goods to focus on to have a good life. So, the Aristotle told that there are two things. One is the goods related to your body, and the goods related to your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You have to focus on these two things. Okay? Goods related to the body and goods related to the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So goods related to the body will be health,
Mm-hmm.
pleasure,
Mm-hmm.
wealth, these things.
Yeah.
And the goods related to your mind or soul is what?
Knowledge.
Knowledge,
Wisdom.
wisdom,
Skills.
love,
Spiritual.
yeah, skills, self-esteem,
Friends.
humble,
Friendship.
honesty, friendship. So these are the things that we can say the food for mind and food for body. So food for body is the health, wealth, and pleasure, you can say in short. And food for soul or mind is the love, the self-esteem, honesty, relationship, honor, loyal. These things are related to the food for the mind. Okay? So, let us say that if you have a lot of wealth, a lot of money, but you don't have health, you are sick, although even you cannot go out of your house, do you think that guy will have a good life?
No.
No. So you see, if you have health, and if you do not have health, you can't commit that I have a good life. Yes?
Have a wealth, yeah. If you have a wealth only.
Let us say you have a good health, you have a good wealth, you have both, and you don't have a family relationship. You don't have a family. You are just living alone. You are like separated from the society.
Yeah. Introvert.
You will be happy.
No.
No. So what it looks like?
It's not considered as a
So
good
what
life.
it looks like, the food for the mind or food for the soul is the leader. For food for the body. Yes?
Yeah.
So the most important thing is to focus on the food for the mind. which you can say that food for the soul, or you can name as a spirituality, or you can name as the relationship, family relationship, love, care, self-esteem, all these things are that let us say, for example, you can have one house, or you can have two houses, you can have three houses. There is limit, yeah. Yeah, based on your financial situation, you can acquire, let us say, 10 houses. You can have 10 cars. But how much you can love your family member? How can you love your son or daughter? How much you need? One bucket, two bucket? How much you need to love your family member? What is the limit?
No limit.
There is no limit. So food for soul or food for mind, there is no limit. What does it mean? That means that you will never have enough. And you can say that now I have enough to love my son. That's why you said in the beginning 3G and one was grow. So that's why it makes sense now that you have to be always grow. Food for mind so that you will have a good life. If you don't grow, if you stop, you can't have a good life. Because the food for mind is such thing that it has to grow always. Without that, it doesn't make sense. So to have a good life, you have to be always grow. That is the final thing. We have to always grow through the mind, through the soul. And the ingredient of the food for the mind or food for the soul is love, care, self-esteem, knowledge, skill. These things you cannot buy. You have to develop yourself. You have to grow every day yourself. Okay? So if you do that, then only one can say we have a good life. It does not matter how much money you have and how much health pleasure you have. Okay? So let us say, today I am healthy. But tomorrow you can be sick. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So again, the life is not good. So what is good then? Good is to grow. So even though your life is, let us say, whatever situation is, tomorrow you have to grow to have a good life. Without that, the life, good life does not exist. So the final thing is to grow, always. And only it is possible when you use the food for soul. That controls everything. How much you need, where to stop. Okay, the problem comes. That's natural. But how to handle the problem? That is only, and where, even though the problem is there, but you are still growing in the problem. That is only possible when you have a sense of food for the soul. Or we can say in the other way, a sense of spirituality.
Yeah.
It sounds the weird, but without that, you can't dig out the things.
Yeah.
You can run on the surface, but you can't dig out anything. Okay? So it makes sense of it?
Yeah.
So this is not my words. This is what I have read
Research.
from the Aristotle philosopher.
Yeah.
Okay? So it makes sense to me.
Yeah. It makes sense.
It makes sense to you?
Makes you like
What did you like the most?
ends and means.
Yeah, that makes sense. The ends and means, how there's always a goal at the top, and for the goal there's always sub things that you have to do to accomplish that goal.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. So ends and the means. So what the Aristotle found that is, what is the ends of the human life? After that there is no means. And what was that?
Good life.
Good life.
Good life. And then it's all desires.
Yeah.
And the desires differentiate by two.
Yeah. Need and want.
Acquire and needs and wants.
Yeah.
So wants is not limited.
Yeah.
You always.
Yeah, you
It's
always
keep on
want.
popping. But
Yeah.
needs is limit.
Yeah, that's
Like, yeah, if you need something, like you need to eat food, so there is a limit for that.
yeah.
You cannot eat a lot.
Yeah, that
Yes.
is that is needs that you must eat.
Yeah, it's limit for your
What is your capacity of your body?
And then again, it's differentiated by two things, like body and mind. So you have to work on body and mind.
So you bring a good point. Let us say you eat. Eat is a needs.
Mm.
One plate of food is enough for me.
Yeah.
If I eat 2 plates, what will happen?
Now I will be. It's still okay.
Let us say I eat 3 plates. What will happen?
Then if I give you one or more plate, then you're gonna puke.
Yeah, I will be sick then.
Yeah.
My body cannot handle. The same thing is one. If you want 1 house is okay, 2 house is okay. If you get 3 hours, 4 hours, then what will happen?
More stress.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, so don't go beyond
Your limitation.
yeah, limitation. And who is governing that? The food for the soul, food for the mind will tell you what is the right limit to do these things. Without that, you can't do that. Okay? So it is better to invest your time to understand what is the food for the mind, and
Yeah, and also there is no limit for your growth.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
to get the good life and to live well,
I
you
guess
must
there is
have
no
to
limit.
grow.
Yeah, no limitation
Because
of growth.
grow means the food for the mind. The ingredients are what are those? Love.
Yeah, it doesn't
Knowledge.
mean like grow. It's not about your success. Grow in the sense of your inner thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like not like I'm
I'm
getting
telling-
more money, more
No,
money.
I'm telling you the ingredients. What are the ingredients? Food for the mind. Food for the mind ingredients are relationship, knowledge, love,
Yeah.
care, humble,
Yeah,
loyalty,
there is no limit for that.
resilience.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the ingredients where you need to endurance, where you need to grow. Without that, it is not possible to get a good life. But you can say, I have a good. You can say whatever you want to say.
Yeah. I can say, but it's not reality.
But
I can say my life is the most beautiful life in the world,
yeah,
according to
you
me.
can say, you can babble whatever you
Yeah,
want.
but
It has to be.
actually
If you say that, then that characteristic should reflect to the world. Okay, that characteristics are just like a flower. A flower, nobody says that you don't spread the fragrance around you. If you have a good life, you will spread the fragrance all over. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much, and then we will continue next time with the next topics. And see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.